Hello. Just explaining a chest routine that I did, 523, 2025. I didn't really want to go too heavy, so I stuck with lighter weights, higher reps. And what I started with was a pin paused neck press. Um, this is kind of a movement that I don't know, people shy away from it. I think as long as you don't have like shoulder issues, impingements, or anything like that, you should be fine doing it. I don't recommend going heavy on it. I don't think it's really needed. Um, as the first couple sets, my chest was already fatigued. Um, so I think that little added range of motion really targets the chest. Um, I have had people tell me to try incline instead. At this time, I don't have an incline bench, so maybe in time, if I get one, I'll throw that in. But for the time being, I feel that this movement is okay. Um, I do feel like it could cause problems if you weren't careful with it, as it does stretch the chest out towards the bottom. But that's why I choose to use the pin paused version. I feel like that sets a range of motion where it's the same range of motion every time. So I'm not going to accidentally go a little bit too low and cause problems. Um, and if you were if you wanted to cut the range of motion even more, you could just move the pins up. So if the range of motion is kind of what stops you from doing it, um, you can always change that. I choose not to because one of the reasons I like using it is because of the added range of motion. I feel like it targets my chest a little bit more. So it is what it is. Like I said, a lot of people, they don't want to do this movement, and I don't blame you at all. I do feel like there probably are some dangers to it, but I choose to do it, and I keep it fairly light to where I hope that it wouldn't cause any problems because it's such a lighter weight, and that's why I choose to use the higher reps with it. Um, the next movement that I did was a wide grip floor press. Um, it's pretty straightforward. The range of motion is pretty short with this, but I do feel like it is beneficial. Kept the reps in the 12 again. Didn't really want to work up to a heavy weight, and I felt like the higher reps were what I wanted to do on this day, so I stuck with it. And then I finished with some fingertip push-ups, supersetted with some overhand power twisters. Um, Felt like this was a pretty decent combination of movements. It's pretty taxing. By the time I got to the power twister, I was already fatigued from the push-ups. I did try to keep the range of motion the same length on the push-ups. Tried not to cut the reps. Try to touch my chest to the floor on each rep. And after I got done with that, I did 4 sets, 12 reps of each. And I went ahead and I ended with a wide grip floor press, just a kind of an AMRAP with it was only 136 pounds, but by the time I'd done everything else, I just kind of wanted to see how fatigued my chest was, and it was finished. The 136 was, I thought I could get maybe 30 reps or so, and I only got 16. So the reason I did this, like I said, I wanted to gauge where I was at. Wanted to see how fatigued my chest was, and it was fatigued. So I feel like this routine here was pretty good gauge, or I gauged how much work I needed to do on this day, anyways, and I think I hit the point where it was just enough. My chest is sore today, but it's not like overly sore. So I think that that was a pretty good routine. So it wasn't too long. I did kind of want to do more, but I backed off and stopped. I felt like I could have done a few more sets of the fingertip push-ups, but as I said, I think that was a good point to stop. Maybe next time I'll add a couple more sets and see if I get overly sore or not. But only time will tell. So if you have any questions, comments, or tips, leave them down below. Or if you have a chest routine that you like to do, feel free to share it. I would like to try different routines, and that's what it's all about, is trying new things and finding what works for you. So if you have any suggestions, feel free to leave them. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you soon.